Hey guys, it's AraleDBS bringing you another deck profile. This one's going to be on Baby, so like a GT deck sort of in a sense. So let's get started. So our leader is Vegeta Baby. Both sides are actually really good. So the front side, I'll zoom in on the effect so y'all can see. Sorry for the camera roll. So when this card attacks, the leader card, draw a card. That's one thing that sort of sucks a little bit, that you only get the draw when this card attacks the leader, but it still doesn't matter because this deck is all aggro. You just want to be super aggressive with it. So once per turn, you can choose a card from your life and add it to your hand, and if you do, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, so this is 5k. And then when you're a 4 life or less, you can untap 2 and awaken. So the minus 5k is really good. Usually if they go first, some people like to play like a 1-drop Trunks or something, the unyielding Trunks, or like the Gohan that has crit too, I forgot the name of that. But like it's like, oh, you played that, you played against Xavier, you made a mistake, take a life, kill it, they lose, they basically they tap themselves off for nothing first turn. And bring out a 1-drop that they thought was going to survive. Oh, sorry about the camera roll. Excuse me. And on to the other side is very nice. It's super red, my favorite color. Sane Power Vegeta Baby. So very good card. So this card attacks, draw a card, so it's generic. And then his active main is really good. Let me zoom in on that too. So choose one of your battle cards. It loses 15k power for the duration of the turn. That does sound bad, but you'll see why. Like, it doesn't really matter in a sense. And then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and they lose minus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. So that is very strong. So you basically kill one of your guys in a sense. Because there's only 2 targets, I believe, in the deck. That 3 targets in the deck that I believe that can 4 targets. I forgot. My bad. 5 targets in the deck that can survive getting negged 15k power. And then so you hit 2 other cards, which is super nice, and you'll see why it's also a good thing too. So let's get started with the deck. I like to start with the profiles was generic. 4 super combos. If you're a 4 life or less, draw a card. When you combos it, new ones are better because they have a 10k base built into it. So you can drop it down early, but you won't get the draw. And this deck goes to 4 life very easy because you don't have to kill something to add a life. You just add a life once per turn. Next, I like to start with the 1-drops first. So we'll run 1 Saiyan Daughter Bola. So this card basically searches out like 70% of the deck, I want to say. It's a pretty big number, but it searches out any of the Trunks GT and the Vegeta GT. So, and there are a lot of Vegeta cards. And it's 3 targets for Vegeta and 2 targets for Trunks. But it also searches out for Bulma, but I don't run that. But it cannot search itself. So I'll run one of this, but I am debating about taking it out. And I'll tell you guys what I want to take it out for later on in the video. Since this is a red deck, you have to run 4 of this. 4 Unyielding Power Trunks. It's super generic, just super good. It's super mean and annoying. No one likes seeing this card. So auto, when it attacks, you can add a life. You can add a life to your hand. And he gets plus 10,000 in crit, which is super strong and super annoying. Next, for the next 1-drop, we run... So we only run 8 1-drops. Well, 9 1-drops is the Bola. So this is the main 1-drop in the deck. Baby Vengeance Unleashed. So you can choose a red card in your battle area and put it under him. So he has to be out in the area. You cannot like play him and then put a card from your hand under it. It doesn't work that way. So skill, you put a red battle card under him, and then you search your deck for a card of the same name that you put, and call a baby from your deck that's a 4 cost or lower. So basically your only targets for this are any of the baby cards, any of the Vegeta cards, and itself, obviously. So like I said earlier, any of the Vegeta cards, any of the baby cards. So this is the key card, and you can play one, play another one, and put it under it, and get a 4-drop out. And I'll show you the targets in a bit. Next, we're going to go on to the Vegeta cards that we run. So I only run... technically, there's more Vegetas, but I go by the order of what they cost. So the only 2-drop you run is Daily Training Vegeta. So when you play, draw a card. So this is a target for... Oh, where did it go? For the baby. Very good. And it's just a 2k body. You usually don't want to attack with this. You'll either combo it off, usually. This rarely comes out because I only run with 2 because I don't want the deck to get too cloggy already. So on play, draw a card. Next, we run a very good card, Digging Deep Vegeta. So when it attacks, you can add up to 1 or 2 cards from your life to your hand, and if you do, he gets plus 5k power, and if you send him again. So in a sense, he does have dual attack at the cost of adding cards from your life to your hand. So very good card, and another target for baby. And next we run a very, very good card. So like I did say earlier, this deck is mono red, which means I do not run Zeno. I was running it originally, but I just felt like it wasn't like good enough. I should run it though. I'll probably side it. But honestly, I like how the deck's been working. Mono red is just very, very nice, and taking out the Zeno and makes the deck more aggressive because you just want to keep swinging and swinging and swinging. So Chain Attack Trunks, very, very good card. 20k power. Evolves over 2, so it evolves over this or itself. So this is a very good turn play. This basically, turn 2, bringing this out turn 2 basically means you're going to awaken. So when you play this card, you can choose up to 1 battle card in your hand that's 15k or less and play it. And he has a permanent, he can attack active cards. So very, very strong card. On to the 4-drops. So that was one of the 4-drops. Here is the main baby of the deck. This is basically the entire deck right here, in a sense, along with the 1-drop baby, because if you were out of these in the deck, like if they're in your life or you just keep drawing this card, you're more than likely going to lose that game. You could hard cast it, but that's just very, very bad. Yeah, so this is the 4-drop. So this Second Strike Baby, very strong card. So it has double strike. Very nice artwork, by the way. So its skill is, when you play this card, if your leader card is a red machine mutant, which our leader is. Show you right there. So skill, when you play this card, your leader is a red machine mutant, draw a card, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses minus 20k. So that's what's super nice about it too. So let's say they have a 30k body. Play this, it loses 20. Do its skill, make it lose 15, and then kill the 30k body, which is super nice. The only downside is that if you try to evolve more onto the chain, you will have that minus 15 reduction as well, because you are evolving and stuff, and you need to absorb all that stuff. So those are the only 4-drops you play. Well, we do play one more, but I only run one, so I'll make it to that one last. Next, we run the promo card. This card is this deck is ridiculous. So we run Super Baby Parasitic Menace. So this card's super good. Evolves specifically on top of this card for free. And when you play, you draw a card, and its skill. When you play this card, choose one of your draw a card, and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses minus 5k. So super, super nice, and it's a 25k double strike. So again, very, very nice. I'll show you guys like a little combo later on during the day. And then it has an active bane. You can pay 1 red, choose 1 baby card with an energy cost of 6 from your hand, and play it on top of it. And then I play 4 of these. I play 4 because I want to see it. I do not want to not see it. I only play 3 of these because I think 4 is too cloggy, but this card is perfect because I always see it whenever I need it. So Big Dick Mickey over here. Apical Grudge Great a baby. So turn 2, you can bring this out. That's how insane this deck is. Turn 2, because of this card, since this card came out, you can bring these out turn 2, and it's insane. And if this card stays on the board for like a turn or 2, you are more than likely gonna have more advantage than your opponent with the entire game hand wise. Because this deck usually sits on one card, and they usually cannot out discard it very easily, or they have to use a lot of resources if they do want to like get rid of it. So evolves for 4 on top of a baby. Triple strike, that's what's amazing about it. Then once per turn, when this card attacks, or your opponent plays a battle card, you draw a card, and then choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses minus 20 power. So on attack, you can draw a card, and minus 20k to something. On the opponent's turn, they play something, you draw a card, and minus 20k to something. Not the leader, of course, but it's a very, very strong card, and it's 30k body, so it's annoying to get rid of, and it's a triple strike. So the opponent will most likely take the attack or negate it, but later on, eventually, it's going to hit. So very strong card. This is the boss card of the deck. Like I said, bringing this out turn 2 is super good. And then we only play 1 Super Saiyan 3 Nappa Saiyan Might. So this card, when you play it from the hand, you deal with damage to your opponent, and your deck has to be mono red in order to play this card. Because in any areas where the opponent can see, So like your field, your drop, your warp, your energy. If there is a card that is not red, you cannot play this card because that is a restriction on it. And it does a crit. So on play, you deal damage to your opponent, and when you deal damage, it doesn't go to their hand; it goes to their drop. This is a very nice cheese one. If they're at 1 life, you play it, you win the game basically. So this is the card I've been I want to run 2 of. I want to take out this because this is good, but it's a hit or miss every now and then, and so I want to take one of these off for this. Sorry for my voice, I am a little sick right now. So let me show you guys what you can also do. So let's say you have the entire chain out, and you have another one of these in your hand. And then I'll get on to the extra cards. Where's the baby at? Alright. So let's say it's your turn again. So you attack with this, draw a card, then negate it. So you can slap this card under here. And since this card is in active mode, the cards become inactive. You can play, the 4-drop, draw a card, play the 5-drop, draw a card, so you're already minus 25k to something. And then as long as you have the 1-tap energy, because all that happened for literally 2 energy, because you basically bring out a 6-drop for 2 energy. You can slap it on and attack again and draw another card. So very nice. It becomes a big stack. I did it today, and my friend was like, oh, I was not expecting that. Because as long as one of the cards stays active, so you can attack with 1 and shove it under baby, and since baby is in active mode, the 1-drop, because like, I mean, a 28 power, you're not really going to attack with that. So let's say that you attacked, you can push it under him for a baby skill, and then just keep going off like that. Now on to the extra cards. So I run 2 Denial of Hope. This card is just mean. When your opponent plays a battle card that's 20k or less, you place it on the drop instead of it being played, so that means they won't get their auto skills, which is super, super nice. I only run 2 because of the baby. The baby is basically a Denial of Hope every turn because you can choose to minus 20k something. Of course, they're going to get their auto skills if it does have like a on-play skill, but regardless, nonetheless, you're going to minus 20k to something. So if they play a 30k body, for the turn it's 10k. Then when it's your turn again, you can attack the leader, minus 20k to that card, and then do your leader skill to kill it basically. So you can basically kill things in the deck that are like 35k, and it's just amazing. It's super good. Then we play 3 Revenge Death Ball. This card is very, very good as well. So if your leader card is baby, of course it's baby. So active battle. So you can pay 1, your leader card gets plus 10,000, and then you can minus 15k power to one of your opponent's cards. And so that's just really good. So this card can essentially be in the gate. It's like, oh, they attack, no combo, sure, minus 15k, your card died. Next where we run 3, is that all you got? This card is you're essentially running 6 Death Balls in the deck, but this card negates attacks, which is the reason why I'm running 3/3. So if your leader card is red, you can negate the attack, then you can discard a red card, hold X mono red, and choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and have them lose 15k power. So that's a very, very strong ability. So let's say your opponent has multiple battle cards out, negate, minus 15k to 2 of their cards, like, oh, they're like little weenies now, so they're not going to attack, because if they attack with their cards, they're more than likely going to waste resources in their hand to try to actually have the card actually deal damage, attempt to deal damage, which you can only, and if they do that, you'll more than likely waste like maybe 1 or 2 cards, maybe. Next, we run this card. I put it in recently, and it just helps so much. Strategies of Universe 7. So you choose all red Saiyan cards in your battle area, and they get barrier until the end of your opponent's turn. So everything in the deck will get it, including little Bolo over here, because she is a Saiyan. The only card that won't get is this. This is the only card in the deck, I believe. Pretty sure it's right. Yeah. Only card in the deck that will not get buried, because this is when it's just baby itself. So everything else will get barrier. That will get barrier. This will get barrier. Where is the 4-drop? This will get barrier. That will get barrier, because they're all Saiyans. So there's literally only 1 card in the deck that will not get barrier. And the reason why it's so good too is that you don't pay anything. It's a 0 cost. And it's just amazing. And it protects your big guy in case they want to try to get rid of it. Because more than likely they're just going to attack it and attempt to run it over. and run 4 after images. So this card is just really good. It's help for self-awakening. Help when you don't want to tap an energy in case you have 2 negates in your hand, and this is your 3rd card. So as Sparking 5, there's 5 cards in your drop. You can add a card from your life to your hand to play its cost instead. And when you counterattack, so it's not a negate. So it's a counterattack, and if your leader card is red, you can choose one of your cards. It gets plus 40,000 power for the duration of the battle, and then you can minus 10k power to one of your opponent's battle cards for the duration of the turn. So let's say they attack the big guy. You can after image, make him 70k and minus 10k to whatever they have, except our leader. And so they're 100% of the time they're not gonna attempt to combo over a 70k body, because it's too much resources that they would have to waste. So they're gonna be like, okay, sure. Well, I hope you guys really enjoy this deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.